exciting episode of Cooking It with Gab N Chuch.
I am Gab. I am
Gab
so
Chuch.
sorry for that introduction already. Alright, we're gonna kick it off. We're gonna go Champions League recap. We're gonna recap the Prem since we didn't do a Monday episode, and then we'll preview the upcoming weekend as well. So, starting off Champions League Tuesday games, kick it off, Chuch.
We had an early game. Milan, Slovan, Bratislava. Milan with a 3-2 win. Pulisic once again scoring. Good game by Leao and Tammy Abraham. I feel like that front three was nice. Tammy Abraham had the assist and the goal. Then Leao had a goal later on. But yeah, good result for Milan.
Yeah, definitely. I'd go on to say, Captain America has been Captain America as of late. This was definitely, in my opinion, one of the better games in terms of competition. There was some good games out there for sure on the Wednesday. A lot of batterings for sure on Wednesday. On Tuesday. So Tuesday games, this is definitely one of the best.
Yeah. Moving on to the batterings, we have Atletico Sparta Prague 6-0. Julian Alvarez, nice free kick goal. And yeah, cakewalk for them.
Yeah, definitely. Nothing left to say there. Julian Alvarez, free kick goal. It was absolutely unreal.
Yeah, good win for them. They needed it. We move on to Barca and Brest. If you know, you know. Yeah, Barcelona did pretty well. Was very quiet that first half. Besides the early penalty, Brest had little to none of the ball. If we're being honest, just complete one-sided game, just possession based, and with all those shots that Barca had, it could have been worse.
Yeah, I think Barcelona came quickly on Brest. Unreal attack, even with the youngsters. I think, I just think that Kate Abdo did the part, and she described it perfectly. But yeah, 3-0 win. Lewandowski gets his 100th UCL goal. Absolute legend. And we move on to the next battering.
Yeah, another battering. Leverkusen Salzburg 5-0. Florian Wirtz once again scoring, gets a brace.
Yeah, definitely. Leverkusen, Salzburg has been absolutely dog water. We've said it time and time again this campaign, but absolutely disgusting to go down 5-0 in general.
Yeah, not looking good for Salzburg with one win. So fun, Champions League. We move on to what was supposed to be, on paper, the match of the week. We had Bayern PSG. Quite a boring game if I'm being honest. Just a little bit of back and forth, but nothing too promising. Dembele obviously didn't help getting red carded in the second half.
Yeah, straight up genius there for sure. But PSG already had an idea. They're not very good this season. Bayern have been firing on all cylinders. Surprised this one was a 1-0 game with a Kim Min-jae unlikely goal, but he still gets it. Good win from there. Olise has been a little bit quiet lately.
Yeah, a lot of star players that you would expect quiet, both sides. But yeah, we move on to Inter and Leipzig. This is another, looks like it would have been a good game. It was close regardless. 1-0 to Inter. Calhanoglu, once again, insane. Man of the match.
Yeah, for sure we know Inter, very, very defensive squad. They like to rotate the squad, especially during their Champions League weeks as well. 1-0 win, little bit not too surprising here, but Leipzig have not been that great at all. Xavi Simons has been extremely quiet during the Champions League matches also.
He's been injured. Leave him alone.
I'm just saying in general.
All right. And regardless, we move on to one of the upsets of the week, but not really an upset, just the way they've been playing. Man City Feyenoord ends 3-3 after blowing a 3-0 lead. Proper Tottenham and Arsenal job.
I mean, what more can I say? This was a classic game from us, firing on all cylinders, dominating everything, and the defense, the counterattacks, that's what's been hurting us. I've been saying it for past 2 seasons now. I would say we absolutely get killed on the counterattacks. Was definitely one of the reasons that we ended up losing to Madrid last season. Literally, just about every single one of their goals coming off the counter. And then this season, same thing, just absolute panic. If you watch the game, Gore Vidal, I mean, I hate to say he can single handedly be responsible for goals, but very, very tough watching the film. He will definitely be kicking himself a bit. All three 100% could have been prevented from his positions. But yeah, I mean, 3-3, we played really good. Like I said, we played really, really good at times. It was until we're up 3-0. Pep said he couldn't see any danger. Absolutely just made a ton of subs, all of his subs, and we ended up losing.
Yeah, absolutely. Poor Pep was trying to pull out hair that he doesn't have. You know,
Yeah,
look like he got attacked by a raccoon or something. We move on to Arsenal Sporting, another battering. 5-1. Gabriel busts out the Gyökeres. Selly.
disgusting work for reals. It was a Bane and Batman celebration if you've ever seen one. Um, but yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously Arsenal dominated this one. Nothing from Victor Gyökeres. Um, this one, they're obviously a couple games in without their previous manager off to United, but this definitely was still an embarrassment. Anything over 3-0, no matter the team, quite an
Yeah.
embarrassment.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Gyökeres was linked to Arsenal, is being linked to Arsenal. Could be their weapon. Maybe the celebration was to, hey man, come join us. We don't know.
Yeah, 17-year-old Arsenal man gets the goal as well. Ethan Nwaneri, absolutely stunning for him.
Yeah. Um, we move on to the last game from Tuesday. Atalanta Young Boys 6-1. Absolute battering. Ketelaere, man of the match. 3 assists, 2 goals.
Yeah, definitely absolute battering on this one again. I mean, young boys never really the best, but Atlanta, obvious Europa League winners, definitely coming off pretty strong here.
Yeah. That wraps up Tuesday games. We move on to today's games. Um, not as one-sided as yesterday. Luckily, a lot more closer games. First up, Red Star Belgrade versus Stuttgart. 5-1 win, very good. Just because Stuttgart is right off the bottom of the table, and they come out with a battering against a pretty strong German team.
Yeah, definitely Red Star. Obviously, insane. Atmosphere. They get the 5-1 battering for sure. Nothing more I can say about that one.
Yeah. We move on to Sturmgrass Girona. 1-0 run for Sturmgrass. Didn't see much of this game, if I'm being honest.
Definitely, I think Girona has dropped the last two. so far. Definitely, something interesting. Um, Quite odd too. Man of the match performance went to the losing team player Oriol Romeo, former Barcelona man, during their struggles. But he does win man of the match while also losing the game.
Yeah. We move on to Villa Juventus. 0-0 draw. Unfortunately, um, no goals from anyone.
Yeah, definitely huge here, huge controversy here. I believe it was, I can't remember exactly who it was. I think it was, Morgan Rogers gets gets a goal disallowed after some contact with the keeper there. Watched it back a few times. Keeper's the one that initiates the contact for sure. Definitely, a big one at this stage in the Champions League group, but still, I mean, it doesn't necessarily insanely hurt either team. Still, both teams with the shot, so I don't mind that decision there.
Yeah. We all know when it comes to keepers, they're always gonna side with the keepers, protect the keepers. We move on to Bologna Lille 2-1 win for Lille. Uh, we had a brace from Mukua, who's a young center mid. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Uh, Jonathan David, pretty quiet this game, I will admit. Supposed to be their star boy. Has been linked with a move away.
Yeah, Makuku with the brace, I believe. You know, freaking Lille have been absolutely killing it so far in the Champions League. They are still not necessarily automatically qualified, but still in a good position to do so. They will for sure advance. And then, yeah, I mean, there's been some quite shockers so far this season, but I really like Lille. I expect them to get past the first round and maybe dark horse a team out.
Yeah, could very much happen. There's if you just look at the table now, you know, you see teams right outside. PSG's not gonna qualify. Real Madrid right outside. At the last spot at 24. It's crazy. It's gonna get intense. But
Yeah.
we move on. We had Celtic Club Brugge up 1-1.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch this one for sure. Looks like Carter Vickers gets the own goal,
Yeah,
and unfortunate mistakes there from Celtic as they cost themselves 2 points.
yeah, unfortunate for them. But we move on to Dortmund Dinamo Zagreb. Um, nice, comfortable win for them, I'd say. Gets in with the goal, who I feel like has been coming to his own as of late. Young player, English. I think he's like 19, 20. I'm starting to hear a little bit about him a little bit more, especially in this Champions League.
Yeah, definitely some hot players over there at Dortmund. Grossi gets a goal as well as Gittins. But yeah, definitely this is a good one. I mean, Dynamo Zagreb, absolutely massive team in Croatia. Always coming up with one special result, it seems, every season. Have yet to see it so far for me, but Dortmund are obviously a really top tier squad, being the Champions League runners up last season.
Yeah, so we'll see if they can get back to the finals, redeem themselves, but I just feel like they're still a couple players away, as always.
Yeah.
We move on to the match of the day: Liverpool Madrid. Uh, Custody of Trent Alexander match.
Trent Alexander Arnold, custody battle. Liverpool win 2-0 against, I could say, as much as I do want to say a defeated, well, not necessarily a defeated, injured Madrid squad. Madrid, nonetheless, top tier team. Have no excuse to lose matches. Mbappe with the notable penalty miss,
Disaster
save.
class.
Yeah, definitely a disaster class from him. Um, Alexi McAllister with the man of the match performance gets an
Gakpo,
unbelievable goal. Cody Gakpo, um,
open
I
header.
believe. What did you say?
You got an open header.
Yeah, Cody Gakpo. Unfortunate there. But yeah, I mean, just tough from Real Madrid. They did have, like I said, Camavinga came off injured. They had, going with the makeshift squad, youngsters. Valverde was playing right back, back to the old days. Guler got the start. Brahim Diaz got the start. Just definitely tough for them, I'd say. Endrick didn't even get the start, which was quite a surprise. Vinny not available, Rodrigo not available, Chouameni still not available as well. Bellingham, talked before the game about the summer being seen as a scapegoat. In my eyes, not even remotely close to the truth.
Can't believe that guy. His PR is insane.
But yeah, definitely, something Mo Salah absolutely been turning up so far.
Shank the pen.
Yeah, shanked the pen, but still absolutely showing up so far for Liverpool this season. Getting a lot of hate, but also getting a lot of support for his comments this past weekend about Liverpool not opening up talks. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But so far, so good.
Yeah. Hopefully, all the Liverpool fans hoping he resigns, especially with his new manager and new little transition period. But they're playing well so far, and obviously you'd like to keep a player like that in your team.
Yeah, definitely.
So we move on to Monaco Benfica. This one sleeper game, super close, 3-2 win for Benfica. Um, Monaco did kind of shoot themselves in the foot with a red card early in the second half. And regardless, you know, it was a good game. Saw a little bit of the highlights.
Yeah, definitely Monaco. I mean, been good all season so far in the Champions League. They've been another dark horse stunner. But yeah, Benfica played really, really well this past weekend in the league for them, and they continued it. Got the 3-2 win. Got the job done.
Yeah, Di Maria, man of the match, 2 assists.
Mhm. And over the weekend, he also had an unbelievable bicycle kick.
Yes, sir. He's still doing it at this ripe age of 36. Insane.
Yeah.
We move on to the last game. Banger of a game. PSV Shakhtar 3-2. Um, Ricardo Pepe, last minute winner. Absolutely insane.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
obviously Shakhtar kind of did shoot themselves in the foot. Um, they got the red card. They were up 2-0 up until the 87th minute, and then PSV just started the comeback. Tillman leading it started with the free kick to tie it up, and obviously, the free kick was the first one, and then he got the equalizer, and then Pepe with the winner.
Yeah, a couple unbelievable saves this weekend for me. Kasper Schmeichel had a really good one. Obviously, the pen save. Emiliano Martinez, though, Emmy Martinez from Aston Villa, probably my save of the week so far. Just goal line clearance, the last very possible second. But good performances this week for sure. Thought this was a good week. Obviously, Man City, now we're down bad. Table's quite a bit shaken. Liverpool sit up top. Let's see, Aston Villa, Bayern, Man City, Madrid. Teams that aren't even qualifying for the automatic straight to round 16. Um, you know, we have knockout phase, unseeded teams like Man City, like Real Madrid, like Juventus, all not guaranteed a spot. And then you got teams like PSG, Leipzig, and even Girona. I mean, sitting right there in the elimination spots. Let's say, it's kind of what this format kind of meant to do in a way, in terms of making things fair. I mean, you see some good teams in the top eight, not necessarily the best of the best, but you see Atalanta, Monaco, Leverkusen had unbelievable season last season as well. But then even in the top, in the top 16, you got Milan who failed to qualify last season. Benfica, Lille, Press, Sporting, some really top tier teams from other divisions, but usually, not even close to on points with what's going on.
Yeah. Agree. Like let's just imagine if Real Madrid continue these losses, and they don't make it out of the freaking out to the knockout stages.
Won't happen.
It won't happen. It's crazy to think about.
Anyway, let's move on. Let us change the gears up a bit.
We're gonna rewind a little bit.
I'm gonna rewind to our Premier League results from last week. We had a quick Monday last notable. West Ham gets a 2-0 win on Newcastle, which is very, very surprising for me. Watched the match.
Called it, buddy.
Newcastle quite deserved this one, I'd say. Had good build up and all, but West Ham are the ones that took their chances. Very, very decent from West Ham, looking like a team better than they have been all season. Going on to Sunday, we had 2 games. We had Southampton Liverpool, which was expected to be an absolute battering. I think we both said it was going to be up there. Absolutely turns into an unreal thriller. Mo Salah, last minute penalty, takes his shirt off to remind the club that who he is. Mohamed Salah, a lot of battering goes on Mo Salah. For me, one of the greatest to ever do it in the Premier League in terms of wingers. Absolutely legend. Liverpool would be despicable not to renew him. But, I mean, we've seen it time and time again. We'll see what happens. But absolute thriller there.
Yes, sir.
We had another one, Man United Ipswich. Another one expected to be a potential battering, but Ipswich really held their own in this one. They absolutely played unbelievably well. Man United very lackluster once again. Liam Delap almost turning things around once again another week. He's come a couple, I would say 5 inches left, 5 inches right away from greatness and changing Ipswich's last few weeks. But Amari Hutchinson with a great goal. Deflection, but still a good goal. Yeah, and that takes us for our Sunday games. We get a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
See, Saturday, we'll start off Man City Tottenham 4-0 battering. We absolutely come out dominating once again and somehow end up losing the match so badly. Comes from the counter build up. We dominated possession. We dominated shots. We dominated touches, dominated passes, dominate every aspect of the game and lose. It feels countless ever since the Madrid game in the Champions League, but here we are again, 6 games winless. Truly unfortunate, but we move on. We ride. We look like a team this last Champions League match. Next one, Fulham Wolves. Ivan called it himself. Chuch called it himself. 1-4. Wolves get the win. Couple bangers in this one. Quite a few bangers in this one. Yeah, Matthias Cunha gets a banger. Alex Iwobi, probably my banger of the week, right next to Matthias Cunha's, but really good game for sure. Wolves playing just like we thought, as good as they have been, and the result finally showed.
Yeah. Absolute masterclass from Matthias Cunha. I've been saying it. Like, this guy is gonna help them stay up if they're gonna stay up.
Yeah. We move on to the next game, Everton Brentford. 0-0 draw. We get a red card in the 41st minute from Brentford. Everton somehow still managed not to score despite it. Honestly, very, very tough one here. This is one that I thought Everton should win, but Mark Flecken, for me, puts a man of the match performance on. 27 shots for Everton, 0 goals with only 5 on target. Really good game. But yeah, I mean, credits to Brentford. They went a man down and got the result they at least, were hoping for at some point.
Yes, sir.
We move on to our next one, Bournemouth Brighton. 2-1 win from Brighton. João Pedro and Matoma with 2 great goals, I'd say. The Matoma goal was absolute assist of the week, I'd say, for me. But really good game. Either way, I like this one. Never was, I guess, too out of doubt. We saw Bournemouth have an absolutely unreal comeback against Everton earlier in the season. And when they got that first goal, 90 plus 3, it seemed like they could do it again. But unfortunate to miss out. They ended up losing 2-1.
Yeah, fortunate for them, but you know, Bournemouth still a little lackluster. Evan Nilsson, Dinker, just had so many chances to score, so many shots, and super disappointing because we saw what he did at Porto, and it's not translating to the Prem just yet.
Yeah, he's had a tough go for sure to begin with. Yeah, we move on to the next one, Aston Villa Crystal Palace, and a really good game for me, 2-2 draw. I'm going to go Ismaili Sarr, man of the match. I think maybe Ollie Watkins ended up getting it, but goal and assist for Ismaili Sarr. Ross Barkley gets on the score sheet. Ollie Watkins gets on the score sheet. But really good game here. This was entertaining. Aston Villa playing a little bit below where they should be. But either way, Aston Villa need to turn it up here pretty soon.
Yeah, um, we'll
Let's
see.
see.
Like I said, Sarr was insane, goal and an assist.
Let's see. All right, we move on to the next one. What we thought could be potentially a really good game. Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, 3-0 win for Arsenal.
I called it,
Goal.
buddy.
I mean,
Told you. I
Forest.
told you.
You
You're like,
know,
the Forest didn't win. I'm like, buddy, Arsenal gonna cakewalk this game. I told you.
Forest. Up there. You know, great session that they've had so far. They got absolutely dominated in possession, had no shots on target. Just dominated honestly all the way around. Yeah, definitely tough. Matt Sills has been an absolute hero, all season. Unfortunately, not able to do so against the firepower Arsenal have. But yeah, I mean, tough one from Nottingham Forest. Gibbs White still out, so we'll see if that has any impact when he does return.
Yeah, definitely gonna be missing him. Until he does come back. Chris Wood, didn't get the start. The one with the 1 this time. Ryan Yates, a little bit quiet. He's their captain. Kind of expected more from him, but nonetheless, we move on.
Yeah, definitely shocker for Chris Wood not to get the start, but Owoni has shown promise as well. Let's move on to our next one, our final match of the recap. We had a 2-1 win for Chelsea versus Leicester. Got a little scary there at the end, but Jordan Ayew puts one away just before the end of the game. Enzo Fernandez, really nice header. Nico Jackson had a really good goal with the assist from Enzo Fernandez, which I've been saying all this time. Why do you have this man on the bench? He's an absolute demon. Cole Palmer goes quiet once again. Classic Cole Palmer this season so far.
Quiz talk.
We move on.
Quiz talk.
Let's have a look at the fixtures coming up this weekend. going to be a really, really good week. Tough one for me for sure as a City fan. But we do have a Friday game. Go ahead and kick it off, Chooch.
Let's go. 12 o'clock, Friday. We got Black Friday. Brighton, Southampton. Should be an interesting game. I do think Brighton will win at the Amex Stadium. I I think I'm gonna go for a comfortable 3-0 win for Brighton.
Interesting, interesting. I'm going to say this one's a little bit more narrow. I'm going to go maybe a 2-1 win. I like what Southampton did against Liverpool. Not sure if they could do it again, but they need some type of surge in order to have chances of staying in. So we'll see if it comes.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. I think Adam Lallana did come off injured last game, so we'll see. Good veteran player that they could use.
Yeah.
Rumor: Evan Ferguson has been linked with a loan move. They're saying he's available for loan if anyone wants him. Could go to a Prem team.
Yeah, potentially.
We'll see. Either way, we move on. Saturday game. No super early game, surprisingly. First game is up at 7 a.m. First couple games. We got Brentford, Leicester. Leicester just got a new manager after sacking the boys, Mr. Cooper, who just maybe the Prem isn't for him.
Crazy
I hate
talk.
this. Buddy, there's a reason why you keep getting sacked. But it's at the G-Tech Stadium. I think Brentford win this one. No new manager bounce for Leicester. 2-0 win. Let's go.
I'm going to go the opposite here. I'm going to say Leicester get the win. I'm going to say they go 2-0 as well. Brentford didn't play that great last game against the lackluster Everton, who couldn't even score with the red card. So I'm going to go Leicester here. I'm going to get the manager bounce. Like what Ruud van Nistelrooy kind of did with Man United a bit. They seemed like they at least had an idea of what they were doing at the time. They got some good results there. I think Leicester turned it around.
No. Regardless, we move on. Crystal Palace, Newcastle at Selhurst Park. I think Newcastle will come up from that, 2-0 loss that you could argue wasn't the result they're looking for. But either way, I think they will play a lot better this time around. Thinking like a 1-0 win, close win.
Yeah, I could potentially see it as well. I'm hoping for a Callum Wilson start. Got some good minutes last game. Really dangerous threat on the crosses there. It's just a bit, not exactly sure what it is. Something's missing. Tonali. They're kind of using him like you would some Premier League midfielder you never heard of. Very dominant is Bruno Guimaraes, but I feel like Sandro Tonali is being way underused, being used the wrong way. It's not adding up for me. Newcastle haven't been as good as they should have been. I just think it's not really working, and the system is similar to what England was doing and putting talented players in positions that they're stepping on each other's toes or they're not in the right positions for their talents. Not sure what Eddie Howe's up to right now, but hope to see some turnaround from them. Also want to see Crystal Palace stay in it as well. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Regardless, we move on. We have Forest Ipswich at the City Ground. I think Forest get a win out of here. Hopefully Chris Wood gets a start again, or after not being on the starting 11. Thinking like a 2-1 win, close game.
I like a Forest battering here. I like a 3-0 at least win to transcend them back up higher into the table. Had a good run there, got to third. But we'll see what happens now. But I still like Forest very, very much so far moving forward in the season.
Okay. We move on to Wolves Bournemouth. Ah, it's Alton Molyneux. I think Wolves win 3-1.
Very, very interesting.
Keep up the hot streak. Keep it up.
I
That's
would,
make it 3 wins in a row. That would be insane for them.
yeah, I wouldn't maybe go that far. I'd say maybe a 1-0, a 2-1 win for Wolves, but I very much do like Wolves in this situation.
Yeah, you know, like we mentioned, Bournemouth been still lackluster. Not not as as good as they were last season, of course. But Wolves, if they want to make it out, Cunha's gonna have to do the dirty work, get them out of there.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see what happens there, but we move on to the next.
Yes, sir. We got our 9:30 game. West Ham Arsenal. Little London derby at the London Stadium.
I'm
2-0
gonna
win for Arsenal.
I'm gonna like West Ham a little bit on this one. I'm gonna go 1-1 draw. I like the way West Ham put together some brilliant display recently. So yeah, I'm gonna just go there, and I think Arsenal maybe drop some points here.
I don't think so, but 2-0 win for them. I think. Either way, we move on to Sunday. We got 3 early kickoff games. First, we got Chelsea Villa 5:30 a.m. our time at Stamford Bridge. Let's keep it going. Villa have been absolute trash these last 5 games. Let's make it. Let's make a 6 in a row. Let's go. 2-1 win Chelsea.
I don't know on this one. This one feels like a draw to me. Maybe a 2-2 draw. Liking as much as Chelsea have been decent, I think Aston Villa have been decent and unlucky. But I'm gonna go 2-2 draw.
Okay. We go to Man United Everton at Old Trafford. This has 2-1 Everton win written all over it.
Very potential, very potential. Very early morning games. Yeah, I'm gonna go Everton as well. I'm gonna go Everton 2-0 in an absolute masterclass from Sean Dyke, 4-4-2 all the way for the win.
Ashley will be getting man of the match. I know it.
Destined. It's destined.
It's destined, buddy. Next up, we got Tottenham Fulham at Hotspur Stadium. Another London derby. I think Tottenham will take care of them comfortably. Thinking like a 2-0 win, maybe 3.
I like Fulham for this one. Really do. Tottenham always hot and cold. Fulham, they could get red hot on the right team, and it always happens to be a team that no one expects them to beat. I like Fulham for this one. I like it 2-1.
Okay, could be. We move on to the last game for Sunday, Super Sunday, Liverpool City at Anfield. 4-0 win for Liverpool.
Yeah, I could see potential danger in sights for sure.
Liverpool dangerous on the counter. That's their specialty. It's what they're known for. And City obviously struggle against it.
I'm going to go 2-0 Man City.
Crazy. Did you not see the last game, buddy?
That's right. You know what doesn't matter? That.
All I know is Doku could be back. But
I'm not expecting nothing. I'm not expecting no one to be back.
here's the thing: both of the fullbacks under 30. He will not be cooking.
We'll see. Trent always likes to get cooked, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if any Savinho action. Jack Grealish played really, really well as well. De Bruyne still no massive minutes yet. He did just come out and say, I think it was yesterday, that if no contact is renewed for a contract, then it will be his last season at the club. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. But I like Man City 2-0 either way.
Yeah, Liverpool have a chance to jump or to go ahead 11 points on City with a win, so it will be crucial to the title race.
Definitely. Yeah, this is potential. I mean, massive win here. Not necessarily it would be over, but you absolutely. I mean, we've seen City, come back from the depths of, I think it was 10 points. Who knows, of 11? Who knows, maybe more? We'll see. But crazier things have happened before.
Definitely. Yeah, that wraps up the game for this weekend. And then we'll have some midweek games. Some pretty decent midweek games, I'd say.
Yeah, I got some big ones coming up. Boxing Days ahead. So a lot of matches. Some of these teams are going to be going 3 days till the next match. Tuesday, yeah, you got 2 games Tuesday, almost a full slate Wednesday, another 2 games Thursday, and then another full slate Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So we'll see what happens, but it should be a good one for sure. Excited, and yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We will be back very, very soon. This is our Thanksgiving special.
Thanksgiving special salathon.
Out a day early, so we will see what happens.
Enjoy
Don't
the
forget
time.
to share 100%.
Don't burn the turkey.
Do not burn the turkey. If you never deep fried a turkey, don't do it.
Don't do it. Leave it to the professionals.
Yeah, leave it to the
You
professionals.
will catch on fire.
Yeah, too many fires happen. People trying to deep fry a turkey for the first time. Just let your Theo try it, man, at his house, not yours.
Let him grill it. Throw it in the oven. Just don't.
Yeah. Anyways, we will be there. Thank you guys again. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Even kicking it.